three, it's getting hot in here. Y'all know my slogan.
Give it up for my brother DNA. Give it up for KCJ. You already know. URL TV.
Live recap, quick recap, fastest recaps ever we could possibly do, given the fact that my watch parties are RIP'd. They're 86th, so I guess we'll revive the YouTube channel that I don't pay enough attention to. KCJ and DNA looking like a night of the 30s. It's looking like a night of the 30s. Let's run through the first round. I thought KC, one of those rounds, and I've mentioned this before, and I think this is something new that I feel like I've caught on to, and is starting to become a thing, man. Coin flips are everything. I feel like going first is a pretty big disadvantage when it comes to the possibility of how good your opponent's first round can be. DNA has a round that he goes last, but he has a first round that not only beats Casey. There's not really that much to break down as far as Casey's first round or DNA's first round, so I'm not even going to do it. DNA's first round was incredible. Casey's was okay. It was not only one of those rounds where it doesn't matter what your opponent does. It's like an automatic W because of how good it was. It is one of those rounds that carry momentum into the next set of rounds. So there's a certain situation that I'm starting to catch on to where a battler will find himself, or me as a viewer will find myself feeling like the top of the second is the bottom of the first, in a sense of, one opponent wraps their first round, it's a decent round, and then the other guy wraps his first round, and it's so good that the top of the second round sounds like they are combating the first, right? It carries so much momentum into the next round that it's almost a part of it because the bar has been set so high that the second round, which is a fresh start for the opponent, actually sounds like they're still combating that first round. And I thought that that's what happened in the first rounds with Casey and DNA. DNA, incredible. I said this on Caffeine, like, call me crazy. How does DNA win, man? He's really good, man. DNA is really good at winning. He not only does he have not only is he an old school battler from the first era of smack rap and all that shit, but he shows how what's the word I'm looking for? He shows how effective those attacks are, man. Sometimes that's just how you structure shit, right? You go crazy in the first, you go crazy in the second, and you break them down in the third. And I think it just worked perfectly. If I were to say any round is debatable, I would say the same thing I said about Shuni and Suge. There are two very clear rounds that you can't debate. That's the first and the third. That's easily DNA's. I saw a few people arguing about the second round. I would say that round is debatable. I personally have DNA winning all three rounds, man. And then the third round, dude, just vintage DNA. And I just thought about how much people try to play with his name. I feel like I'm emotional in all the right ways. But man, I would be so mad if I would a lot of people hate on DNA, man. DNA is someone that's so talented and one of the best. And I would just be, I don't know, man. I'd be handing out a lot of SMDs, bro. A lot of SMDs would be going around Twitter. My block button would be insane. The amount of people that discredit that man, bro, it's absolutely insane. When he makes easy work of a lot of very active people. In any sense, if you want to go legend status, top tier, mid tier, bottom tier, rookie, vet, doesn't matter who he faces. He makes quick work out of a lot of people. And DNA is one of the few in battle rap that have a lot of clear wins. That's a very clear win from DNA. I would say 3-0, 2-1 clear, only debatable round being the second. Only debatable round being the second. And that's it, man. So far, I'm going to get this uploaded quick. And then, and even if you can't watch these recaps as this is going live, they'll be sitting here waiting for you. So DNA, personally, 3-0, 2-1 clear.